Hello, good day everyone, and welcome to another Make It Snappy session. You are here with Yashin from Modern and OneSolve, and the Inventor tool or function we will be covering today is the sheet metal hole command. So we have covered the hole command in a previous session, so that it's not much different. The sheet metal hole command versus the standard hole tool you'll find under the 3D modeling tab is pretty much identical. So please take a look at our previous content should you want to get some more information on the hole command. But nonetheless, let's have a look at how it works. So what you're going to need for the hole command is of course a modeled version of your component, and then we can simply start the tool by heading over to the ribbon. Once that tool has been toggled up, it's going to ask you to define your input geometry. So your holes, and you can do more than one at a time. I'm just going to start off with one as an example. So once you select the face, a preview of your hole will appear. From then on, you read the dialog box like a book, left to right, top down to bottom, and once you've defined the position, you can make some adjustments. Okay, so thread types, seating types, etc. Okay, and you'll notice as you're making those adjustments, the preview will update as well as the dialog box. Okay, so I highly recommend, as I stated earlier on, going over to our YouTube channel and checking out our previous video on the hole command. It does go through some of these options and how they work. But because this is a sheet metal component, very thin, I'm not going to have any threads on this. So I'm going to change this to a simple hole with no seat. Okay, once that's done, I of course would like to precisely define the hole. This can be achieved by heading over to the edges and applying some dimensions. So in this case, I'll have it 10 millimeters from the top edge and 10 millimeters away from that edge. Once that has been done, I define the behavior. So is this hole going to go down a specific distance? Okay, so maybe the depth of that hole is 2 millimeters. Okay, preview will adjust. You can also change the end type behavior. Okay, that can be done very easily. So is it going to be flat, or are we going to have a draw point? And as you make those changes, the image will adjust and you can change the parameters in there. Okay, so in this case, this hole is going completely through my model, so I'm going to change the termination behavior to through all, and that has been defined. So I'd like to apply additional instances or more holes. And first off, I forgot to change the size of this. Okay, so you'll head over to the image preview in your dialog box and simply give it a size of say 8 millimeters. And then to apply additional instances, it's a very similar process. Head over to your model, select a face, and dimension that up. Oops, exited my hole function. Not a big deal. What I can do is head over to my model browser and just edit that function once again. Okay, so I've got my two holes applied and I'm satisfied with those inputs, so I can simply select OK. And there we go, we have our two holes that are completed. To make this process a little bit easier, what you may want to do is define your hole positions by using a sketch. So what I do have embedded in this model is a sketch that has already been completed, and all this sketch contains is a couple of holes, okay, or positions of holes defined by points. Those positions have been dimensioned against my edges of my geometry just with a distance of 10 millimeters. And just to show you how this works is if I make adjustments to one parameter, all the other holes will adjust. So there is some smart intelligence going on in here in terms of the parameters, and this is going to be a lot quicker, okay, instead of placing one whole instance at a time. So I'm going to exit that sketch, and I'd like to place holes, of course, on all those points. In order to do that, start the hole command, and what you're going to notice is that the holes are already pre-created on all of those points. Okay, so I am happy with that. I'll use the same size. If I want to make adjustments, just head over to your dialog box. Another thing you're going to notice that's quite cool is that the hole is being created on either side or each plate. So the one in the foreground and one in the background. And this is because of my termination behavior. It's currently going through all. So I can define a distance, and you'll notice that it's going 8 millimeters deep, and that's not going through both ends. In this case, I want the hole on either side, or the holes on either side, so I'm going to change it to through all and select OK, and there are your hole features created using a sketch. Now in terms of changing the position, I'm going to head over to the original sketch that was used to define the positions of the hole, change that one parameter again and select finish sketch, and you'll notice that the placements of all those holes have adjusted. So the hole command, quick and easy to use, very nice in terms of using it with parameters, makes your model a lot more intelligent. So that pretty much sums up the video. Hope you enjoyed that session. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more content. Cheers.